Hi guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy second official Science Day. But we're just going to use the same format we've been using, which is me videotaping information for you. And then today I'll give you an opportunity to practice in the classroom, right? So let's go over our schedule, right? It's right here. Our schedule for today is to look at the new schedule. So the district put out a very small adjustment in the suggested middle school student schedule. The district is well aware that everybody can't be sitting in front of the computer from 8 to 3. So consider the times that are blocked out in the district calendar, the times that you know your teacher's going to be sitting in the classroom for you if you want more direct help with the work that's being left for you. But we know like some of you are sharing computers and stuff, so it's totally fine. After that, we're going to talk about work. Our new and improved science notebooks for our new digital reality. We're going to practice with that notebook today. And then I'm going to talk to you about office hours and meets for tomorrow, right? Office hours and meets are tomorrow. I have to look at the calendar. Hold on 1 second. Yes, it's Thursday. Office hours and meets for tomorrow. All right, so let's get rolling. All right, here's your new schedule. Let me make myself very tiny and get myself out of the way. All right, so today's Thursday. So the only change over the schedule that I showed you in the original schedule video is that they have plugged in now specific time for ENL and resource room. So if you're not an ENL or resource room student, nothing should be changing for you. But if you are, please notice that today, right after science, and Friday afternoon, these are at 1 o'clock, Tuesday and Friday, there will be time set aside for you to go into your ENL or resource room classroom and get specific help from those specific teachers, and they'll be there that day. Okay? All right, let's talk about next. Oh, there's that black line there. I forgot I put this in there for you. So that black line means nothing is scheduled at that time. You know, you might want to go to lunch. You might want to take a nap because you were up till 4 o'clock in the morning watching ridiculous things on YouTube. Maybe you'd like to write letters and get into some old-fashioned time-consuming activities, maybe some nature photography, or maybe you would like to do Renegade 300 million times or however many times that comes out to. I literally just went like this and didn't put any commas. You should be relegated out by now. Okay, but yeah, personal taste, right? Okay. So I want to remind you that there is technically no such thing as late work. I started putting due dates on your work in the Google Classroom because that helps you when you get your widget. When you first log in, your widgets are up and your work is listed there with due dates. Because if I don't put a due date on it, then that work will not show up in on your widget, right, on your little blocks on your screen. However, everything does show up in your to-do list. So remember to use that to-do list, right? So far, my plan to add points to your report card is to include this list of work, right? You will not be penalized if you don't turn it in, because the truth is that we still have students that are struggling to get into Google Classrooms, and we can't penalize everyone. But remember that benchmark. If that's weighing on your academic soul, then you want to complete all this work and get as many points as you can, right? So I gave you a science textbook on March 13th, our last day of in-person classes, and I gave you an assignment. I revamped that assignment and gave you a digital way to turn it in the big science classroom that we were all in together. And I have since reposted it in the individual period classrooms so that you could find it more easily if you did not do it. As of yesterday, 71 students had done it. That's more than half of you. But that still leaves 53 students that did not do it. So have not turned it in yet, I should say. So please get to it. Now, I want to remind you, if you're on the phone and you're struggling with Google Classroom, it's because you need to download a couple of things to your phone, right? A, you need to download Google Classroom. B, you need to download Google Slides. And C, you need to download Google Docs, right? Google Classroom, Google Slides, and Google Docs. And you'll be able to do the work on your phone. It won't be as easy to type. You could use voice typing, but it'll be accessible to you, because if you only have Google Classroom on your phone or you're going through the browser, you won't be able to open the actual work without having those apps on your phone. All right, so the list, the original homework from 313, the Savage survey. I've already calculated the results and we've had a contest about that, but you can still do the survey and turn it in for participation points. There was a graphing practice where I asked you to submit some kind of a screenshot, and then there was a Bill Nye Sounds quiz that we watched together in the meet on Tuesday, and I left the quiz up along with some quiz assistance. So if you watch Bill Nye Sound and you're struggling with the quiz and you keep missing an answer, check out the materials list, and you'll see I left a timestamp list for where you can find the work and a little bit of assistance for the written response part. At the same time, Ms. Lopez has left a resource there where she's actually reading all of the questions to you. So if you need any of those resources, they are in the Google Classroom and they should be listed there with your work. So use your to-do list. Your to-do list will help keep you on track. Oh, the reason this says April 17th is that's the day the grades are locking and you are getting a Q3 report card. So if you turn any of this in before that, I'll be able to raise your grade for third quarter, right? Okay, next. We have a new digital science notebook. I know you're excited. I love the science notebook. I want to believe you love your science notebook. We were well over 100 pages when we got rudely interrupted by coronavirus. And I know that a lot of you should be able to go back in your notebook and be really proud of some, if not all of your work. So I have managed to figure out how to create a notebook page for our activities that are coming up. And made some small changes to the format, but I think it's really user-friendly, especially since I'm going to push it out to you every time we're going to use it. I do not want to give up on live demonstrations and the possibility of you actually doing science from your homes, right? I am revamping things to use everyday household materials, and I'll give you a heads up of what you'll need. And then hopefully you'll be able to participate and perform demos with me, or do demos on your own and submit them to me with a video on Flipgrid, which is something we're going to start using, but that's a video for another day. So the cool thing about your new notebook page is that you can customize it. You can customize it in a lot of different ways because doodling is going to be somewhat difficult, right? But you can use background pictures and, whatever kind of fonts and highlighting you want. Just kind of like what I do here in Google Slides, right? All I did was search for a marble notebook picture in Google Images search, found the one I liked, clipped it, and used it for a background on my slideshow. All right, so after you watch the video today, you're going to go looking in the classroom for an assignment that's called I Can Notebook, right? And you're going to use your attachment there to fill in your own notebook page. But in the meantime, I'm going to demonstrate for you what it looks like and how to use it, right? So the first thing I want to show you is the actual template, of course. Why would it open on demand? That's so much to ask. All right, here it is. So this is the way it looks. This was the first version that I put out, and I just want to go over it with you, right? So we've got, can I use my nifty laser pointer? I was hoping I could. Okay, so here's your notebook page. It's called the QOH-TDC notebook page. Now, we generally in class, we're starting with questions and then moving on to observations because questions kind of say what it is we're going to do, right? That's our prime directive. It's our I can statement, or however you want to call it. It's the purpose of the lesson. But we know from scientific method and our original awesome, funky, fresh scientific method song that it's actually the observation that comes first that helps generate the question. Oh, I wonder, right? And generates a question. So for our new notebook page, we're going to put our observation first. Now, you know that we've always extracted vocabulary from the observation itself. So we'll still be doing that in the observation, which I will give you just like always. I will bold and highlight specific words, and then it's going to be your job to put them into this field and figure out what they mean. And you have a computer in front of you, so how hard can it be? Then there'll be a question that I also will generate for you to drive the lesson that day, and you will be responsible for typing in your prediction. Our test and our data collection is going to be kind of fun because there's a ton of things that we can do in this field. I know we can insert drawings. What? I know that we can do pictures from the internet and pictures from our phones or our phone cams. And I'm not 100% sure, but we might be able to do video, and we're going to try it. We'll test that today together. And finally, there'll be a conclusion, right? If it lends itself to it, we will use an RFTC format, right? Because we want to be consistent. And we'll use that as much as possible. And you guys knew most of these parts already. So this should be nothing new for you, right? Now let's get into actually doing the thing, right? Let's see if I can notebook, right? So today's template, and this is the one you're going to be getting in the Google Classroom for you to fill out, okay? So I'm going to make a copy of this just so I can show you how to use it. It's super blustery out. It's a very blustery day. Anybody watch Winnie the Pooh when they were little? All right, so here's my digital notebook page. This is my notebook page. I can change the format, style, and color if I like. The font style and color if I like. Do not change the format. And please don't type in bright green. I know some of you just considered that a challenge. I'm going to ask you for a little bit of a consideration for my 55-year-old eyeballs. So the first thing I obviously will do, just like when a teacher gives me any piece of paper, is type my name. Mrs. McNick. Boom. And I am in period all science, but I'm going to put period 1 for now. Okay, now if your name is extra long, you might end up creating a new line. You can just backspace there to fix it. So I'm going to read my observation now. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there's an actual Chrome extension that you can download called Read Aloud. So if you're struggling to read anything that I type in the observation, because we all know I get very excited about science and I may use some big words or words that I don't know how to say, then I can just hit read out loud. I want you to read me my observation.
Observation. We have to do science online, and we love our notebooks. We can recreate the experience in Google Classroom with a little practice using a digital notebook. Vocabulary.
Okay, I'm going to stop her right there. Wasn't that awesome? You can change the voice. You can change the speed that she reads at or he reads at. And this is nifty, and it's called Read Aloud. I'll put the link in the Google Classroom as well. Okay, vocabulary. I see that the word digital is highlighted and bolded, so Mrs. McNicholas must want me to look that word up. Digital. I've handy dandy Googled the word and already found the definition. Okay, and the first definition is digital, of signals or data expressed as a series of digits 0 and 1. This is called binary. Typically represented by values of a physical quantity, such as voltage or magnetic polarization. Well, that's pretty interesting because I didn't think digitizing things had anything to do with those kinds of energy. Or it could be for a clock, showing the time by means of displayed digits rather than a hands or a pointer. That's not helping me either. And it could be your fingers, right? Digits. So I'm just going to say signals or data expressed as a series. So I clicked and dragged to highlight, and then I use Control-C to copy. I go back to my notebook, and I use Control-V to paste it in. Okay, at least Mrs. McNicholas knows I looked it up and I bothered, even though I'm really not 100% sure about those zeros and ones things over there. So now I'm going to look at my question. Can we fill out a digital notebook page? I predict I can absolutely fill out a digital notebook page. I'm very enthusiastic about this. I know I can do it already. This isn't really a hypothesis for me. The real question is, can you? Mr. Brown can you? I just had a wonderful memory. Okay, test and data. I'm in my test and data field. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but the page will grow, the field, the box that you're typing in will grow as you type, right? So you don't have to worry about resizing things. You don't have to worry about fitting your answer in. Just say what you want to say and the space will grow with you, right? So the first thing I want to be able to test is typing. I know I can type, right? So trial 1, typing. Now, if there's multiple trials, I will put those fields in for you. I don't want you to worry about it. Typing, can do, right? Can do. Trial 2, what else should we try to do? I think we should try to insert a picture. Insert a picture. Woo. Insert a picture. So I'm going to go up here to the upper left where it says insert. I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to choose image. Now, here's the cool thing. I can upload it from my computer. I can take something out of my Google Drive. I can take a picture with my embedded webcam, and if I'm on the phone, that means my phone. I can find something that's in my photos folder, or I can search the web, which will take me straight to a Google Images search in the sidebar. Happy. And I will get a whole bunch. Oh, I like this one. I'm going to insert this one right here. Okay, I got to move myself because the button is here, right? Insert. Bam, it's done. Now that's huge, and I didn't expect it to be that huge. So I'm going to make it tiny by clicking it and dragging the corner in. And everything adjusts automatically. No worries. Now, here's the super challenge, especially for me, right? Trial 3, a drawing. What? Oh, no, she didn't. Here we go. Insert. Drawing. Does everybody see that? Now, I'm going to do a new drawing. Here's the cool thing. This can do a whole bunch of stuff, right? I can insert a picture into this and draw over it, which is excellent, excellent, excellent for making observations. I can type labels into my picture by using the text box, right? I can draw shapes. Let's just do a circle. Oh, there's a Pac-Man there. I should have done a Pac-Man. I can stretch, flatten, flip, do whatever I want with this circle by clicking and holding that click while I drag the cursor around until I let it go. And there it is. Now I can change the format of the circle by using the tools up here. I can fill it in with a different color. I can take the color away from the inside and make it transparent. It's up to you to play around with that and see what you can do. I love the shapes because I can also do a talking bubble. And then I can type in it. So watch this. I've been practicing. I'm super excited. Yo. There's my guy, right? Saying yo. My circle's saying yo. And here's the dangerous part. See this little crooked line over here? If I click that arrow, I have several options here. I can draw a straight line, and this is great because it does a really straight line no matter how crooked I do it. Once I let it go, boom, straight line. I can do an arrow, and all that does is put a point on the end of my straight line. Boom, arrow. Everybody see that? I can do various curves. Now, here's an interesting one. I start the curve, stop, click again, and then click twice when I'm done. There's my curve. Okay, please ask the small children to leave the room because this is going to be scary. I can freehand draw by using the scribble feature. Click, hold it. All right, oops, what did I do? It's supposed to be an eyeball. That was really bad. Better than I thought. Creepy smile. Oh yeah, that's right up there with what I can usually do. Once I save and close my drawing automatically inserts into my page, my data fields, right? Guys, that's one for the wall, don't you think? One I should print out and hang on my fridge. All right, I write a conclusion. So I want you to try typing in the data field, cutting and pasting a picture into the data field from anywhere, make sure it's appropriate, right? This is school, and drawing a picture to post into the data field. Oh, you know what? I'm a scientist, and when I draw things, I want to do labels, right? So I forgot to put something in my drawing. So I'm going to double click my drawing, and it's going to open my drawing back up. What? Mistakes allowed. Okay, I'm going to add a text box. And then I'm going to type my magnificent notebook drawing. I do have to say, it's one of my best. I think that my text deserves to be modified. Let's make it red. Let's make it big. Let's make it fancy. Boom. Let's stretch this out so it looks like a real title. Look at that. Save and close. So exciting. Let's write a conclusion. I have to go back and look at my question because I was having so much fun. I have no idea what my question says. Can we fill out a digital notebook page? I want to go H. Yeah, I can fill it out, but let's be appropriate. I can, and restate my question. Fill in a digital notebook page. Period. F. For example, I was able to draw and insert a picture for my data, period. This shows that I can use different techniques to fill in my page. Conclude. I kind of concluded already. My hypothesis, right, was correct. That's it, guys. That's what you have to do today. Don't copy my work. Please do your own work. And then I'm just going to click. When you do it, there's going to be a button up here on the upper left that says turn in. Click that button and it will automatically attach it to the assignment and you don't have to do anything else. In my teacher screen, I'll open the assignment and I'll see all of your lovely names turned in, and I can click it and I can see your notebook page, okay? Look how easy that was. And a little slightly more interesting, I think, unless you're one of my doodling kids that likes to doodle, I'm really sorry. But consider it a new medium for you to test your talents, right? All right. Don't freak. So your next assignment is going to be to do that page. I'm going to make it do, oh, I should change that. Don't you think Friday's a little too soon? Friday's a little too soon because that's tomorrow and I didn't realize it. So let's make it due Tuesday. Okay, that's the next time we have an official science class. So we're going to make it due Tuesday. Sorry, Friday was just like my default day because I forgot what day it was and I forgot that Friday was tomorrow. All right, so let's wrap it up. Oh, big important announcement. We got meets and stuff tomorrow, right? So tomorrow, Fridays at 10 a.m. are live office hours. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to post a unique meet link every Friday in all the classrooms, and we can all meet up in there. However, the 10 a.m. hour is strictly for questions about assignments only. These are office hours. They're academic. I can't just have everybody in there chatting it up because somebody might actually have questions and need help or be stuck on something. Okay. So in order to give you some kind of social time, I did create some meets. Now, this week's meets will be by period. Hopefully soon we'll be able to merge. We'll do like 2 periods together. And then maybe what I'll do is schedule meets and let you sign up for the meet that you want to be in. And we'll work our way towards that. Okay. It's Friday afternoon. It's your first full week at Googly School. We'll just use the time just to kind of say hey and see what's up with everybody, okay? I hope everybody's feeling fine, and we do miss you.